This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 40, the Mindfulness Guide for the Super Busy, How to Live Life to the Fullest, by Babauta of Zen Habits.net.
Get ready to maximize your potential with Optimal Living Daily, the podcast that brings you the best in personal development and productivity every day of the week. Your optimal life awaits. Now here's your host, Justin Malik.
Hey, welcome to Optimal Living Daily. I am Justin Malik, back again to read you some of my favorite content online. And today I have a post from Babauta of Zen Habits.net. You know, I thought I'd be reading a lot more about meditation and mindfulness with no religious connotation, just meditation as a practice, because it comes up a lot among these authors that I read. But strangely enough, only a couple of posts have mentioned it. And this one talks about it a little bit more, and I like that because meditating is something that I have a lot of experience with, and it's something that I definitely miss doing. It takes a lot of patience and commitment, but once you start the habit, it really does get easier and easier. But real quick, I'll mention that I don't have any ads for you today. And so if you enjoy the reading and or this podcast in general, just hit that subscribe button to listen to new episodes. Subscriptions are free for you, just like this whole podcast, but they mean a lot to me, so I'd really appreciate that. And without further ado, let's start optimizing your life. The Mindfulness Guide for the Super Busy, How to Live Life to the Fullest, by Babauta of Zen Habits.net. Quote, smile, breathe, and go slowly. Thich Nhat Hanh, Zen Buddhist monk. The idea of being mindful, being present, being more conscious of life as it happens, seems a bit impossible to many of the super busy. But not only is it possible, I'd submit that it's desirable, and that'll help the busy and non-busy achieve their goals and enjoy life more fully. One of my favorite web big shots, Dig.com founder Kevin Rose, who is actually heading several companies and multiple other projects, has Be Mindful at the top of his resolutions for 2009. I hope he's doing well, and I'd love to hear how someone as busy as he is implements a resolution like that. But in case Mr. Rose and other super busy types are having trouble being mindful and living life to the fullest, this guide will help. Enjoying life and achieving goals. It seems contradictory to those who are used to sacrificing living for pursuing their goals, but cultivating mindfulness will help you achieve your goals and enjoy life more. Focusing on one task at a time, putting yourself fully into that task, is much more effective than multitasking. Focusing on one real goal at a time is also more effective. I've proven it to myself time and again over the last few years. See my blog post titled My Story for more. Focusing on what you're doing right now is highly effective. You're more productive when you're mindful. But more importantly, being present is undoubtedly the only way to enjoy life to the fullest. By being mindful, you enjoy your food more, you enjoy friends and family more, you enjoy anything you're doing more. Anything. Even things you might think are drudgery or boring, such as housework, can be amazing if you are truly present. Try it. Wash dishes or sweep or cook and remain fully present. It takes practice, but it's incredible. 1 month challenge. The best method I can offer for learning to be present, the best method for practicing, is to focus on it for 1 month. Make focusing on being present a habit. If you make it your only focus, I guarantee you'll get better at it, and more importantly, you'll get into the habit of remembering to focus, of remembering to practice, of being more aware. Do a 1 month challenge. It's the best method for forming new habits, and it works for being present. A good way to do this is join the monthly challenge on the Zen Habits forums or on the Power of Less challenge forum. Then do the following. Tell people on the forum what your monthly challenge will be, focusing on being present. Log in daily to report on your progress. This gives you the accountability and motivation needed. Do the tips below every day for a month. Quote, do you have patience to wait till your mud settles and the water is clear? Can you remain unmoving till the right action arises by itself? Lao Tzu. How to be mindful. Number 1, do one thing at a time. Single task, don't multitask. When you're pouring water, just pour water. When you're eating, just eat. When you're bathing, just bathe. Don't try to knock off a few tasks while eating or bathing or driving. Zen proverb, when walking, walk. When eating, eat. Number 2, do it slowly and deliberately. You can do one task at a time, but also rush that task. Instead, take your time and move slowly. Make your actions deliberate, not rushed and random. It takes practice, but it helps you focus on the task. Number 3, do less. If you do less, you can do those things more slowly, more completely, and with more concentration. If you fill your day with tasks, you'll be rushing from one thing to the next without stopping to think about what you do. But you're busy and can't possibly do less, right? You can. I've done it, and so have many busy people. It's a matter of figuring out what's important and letting go of what's not. Number 4, put space between things. Related to the do less rule, but it's a way of managing your schedule so that you always have time to complete each task. Don't schedule things close together. Instead, leave room between things on your schedule. That gives you a more relaxed schedule and leaves space in case one task takes longer than you planned. Number 5, spend at least 5 minutes each day doing nothing. Just sit in silence. Become aware of your thoughts. Focus on your breathing. Notice the world around you. Become comfortable with the silence and stillness. It'll do you a world of good and just takes 5 minutes. Number 6, stop worrying about the future. Focus on the present. Become more aware of your thinking. Are you constantly worrying about the future? Learn to recognize when you're doing this and then practice bringing yourself back to the present moment. Just focus on what you're doing right now. Enjoy the present moment. Number 7, when you're talking to someone, be present. How many of us have spent time with someone but have been thinking about what we need to do in the future or thinking about what we want to say next instead of really listening to that person? Instead, focus on being present, on really listening, on really enjoying your time with that person. Number 8, eat slowly and savor your food. Food can be crammed down our throats in a rush, but where's the joy in that? Savor each bite slowly and really get the most out of your food. Interestingly, you'll eat less this way and digest your food better as well. Number 9, live slowly and savor your life. Just as you would savor your food by eating it more slowly, do everything this way. Slow down and savor each and every moment. As I type this, for example, I have my 3-year-old daughter, Noelle, on my lap. She's just sitting here quietly as the rain pours down in a hush outside. What a lovely moment. In fact, I'm going to take a few minutes off just to be with her now. Be right back. Number 10, make cleaning and cooking become meditation. Cooking and cleaning are often seen as drudgery, but actually they are both great ways to practice mindfulness and can be great rituals performed each day. If cooking and cleaning seem like boring chores to you, try doing them as a form of meditation. Put your entire mind into those tasks, concentrate, and do them slowly and completely. It could change your entire day, as well as leave you with a cleaner house. Number 11, keep practicing. When you get frustrated, just take a deep breath. When you ask yourself, what should I do now, self? The answer is keep practicing. Quote, when you drive around the city and come to a red light or a stop sign, you can just sit back and make use of these 20 or 30 seconds to relax, to breathe in, breathe out, and enjoy arriving in the present moment. There are many things like that we can do. Thich Nhat Hanh. You just listened to the post titled The Mindfulness Guide for the Super Busy, How to Live Life to the Fullest by Babauta of ZenHabits.net. I couldn't agree more with this post, and I don't want this to sound like I'm tooting my own horn, but there was a period for about a year or so where I meditated every day for 30 minutes or more. And looking back now, I wonder how I managed that, but I also remember that there were some days where I did more than an hour, and one day specifically that I remember doing over 5 hours of meditation and just sitting and focusing the mind on one thing, for me, the breath, for 5 hours. Let's just say it gets interesting. But the point is, if you try it and you find it really painful or boring or frustrating after even 30 seconds or a minute, I feel you. Trust me, I've been there, and I'd actually probably feel that way right now with how busy I am trying to create a daily podcast. But all I can say is that you'll feel the benefits. If you do it with an open mind and as a simple practice with, no beliefs attached or, completely separated from religion, I'm sure you'll find it helpful. But I guess practice as I preach, not as I do, since I haven't meditated in at least a few months. It's just so difficult to sit and calm that monkey mind when it's coming up with new ideas for the podcast every hour. Oh man, but I really do want to meditate, and I also really want to make this podcast successful, something that I can commit to full time as an actual job, bringing you better and better blog posts to help both you and me. And if you want to help me reach that goal, you can contribute and become the 4th patron of the show today by visiting oldpodcast.com. I'll be forever grateful. And if you're not in a position to do that, you can also show your support by joining my short and sweet weekly newsletter there. Once again, at oldpodcast.com. So that's episode 40. So crazy, time flew, and I'll almost be at my first goal of 50 episodes. I'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time. Have a great one, and keep up the life optimizing.
You've been listening to Optimal Living Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode, and head to oldpodcast.com. That's oldpodcast.com for a free gift, as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.